Standing outside the garage, and from here you can get a pretty good view of what the track plan was. Obviously the Winter Wonderland doesn't exist anymore. It's been torn apart. But this will give you an idea of the layout of the track. Still got a few pieces of junk on them in the middle in the way, but it's basically empty. This is where the river was at one time, and the bridge. And there's the small loop. And as you'd noticed, it's U-shaped. Went down this way. This is the long leg of the U that you're looking at here. It's about 19 feet. And the base of the U here, going across, is 12 feet. And then the short leg of the U is also about 12 feet. Now, this here is not the snow. This is what was under the snow. And because you could see somewhat through the batting that I had down for the snowy base on the Winter Wonderland, I used white styrofoam insulation underneath it so that you didn't see any other colors through it, and it acted as a terrific sound deadener. Kept a lot of the noise down. Now, as far as what the redo of the layout will entail, is all the track will come up. What is currently the outer loop will probably be more or less an inner main loop, if you will. And outside of that loop, on the outside, will be an even larger diameter loop of 5-rail track. And that track will allow me to run standard gauge and O gauge on the same track. What I'm going to have to do is remove this little extension here and create a bigger one, and I'll make it as big as I can get it without blocking the door too much. And we have to be careful. I don't want to hide Marilyn. So we'll make a larger radius up here so that I can get roughly a 64-inch curve somewhere in there. And it'll come down, and instead of being just rounded coming in here, it'll flow down at a little bit of an angle down here into another 60 or 64-inch curve at the base of the U. Come around, and again, I have this extension here for the curve, and that'll have to be enlarged. But besides enlarging it, this short leg of the U is going to get moved. You can see the lighting's a little poor, but there's my messy workbench. The workbench is going to come out, and the track will then come back to right about there with a larger diameter. So anyway, that is the existing track, and it'll give you a rough idea of what I plan on doing. Besides the two outer mains, I'm really not sure yet what I'm going to do with the rest of it. I will, when I get the larger radiuses laid down and get some measurements done, then I'll kind of pick up on what I'm going to do with the rest. But it'll be interesting. I'll be able to run some bigger trains. Coming hopefully reasonably soon, but soon for me can take a long time.